Hey guys, it's Carnivore Kipp, and I'm joined tonight with a great friend of mine, Allison Johnson. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. Rushing around. How are you doing?
Yeah, look, she no, she was having technical difficulties, y'all. So she made it on the stream like 10 seconds before I hit live. So
Yes.
it was awesome. It was awesome, and I was a little bit worried. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried that we was gonna which I would have went ahead and started the stream and gave you a few minutes to get it figured out. But hey, you guys that are joining the chat, go ahead and hit the like button real quick and help us out. That'll get some more people in the chat because we want to the whole point of this chat is because we've become great friends. Wouldn't you say so, Allison?
I would. Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
we've become great friends, and we want to just have fun tonight and just answer questions from you guys and just talk with you guys. It's for me, I don't know about for you, Allison, but for me, there's a lot of accountability in doing this, like
Mhm.
having to talk to everybody week after week, and or even when I make videos, that helps to keep me accountable and it helps me to stay on track.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. I want to push a button to say stream this to my channel, but I'm scared.
You could probably do it.
All right, let's try it. Let's do it.
Press the button. Where she's learning with us, y'all. I see let's see Marvin Malley's in here. Hello from East Texas. And I'm gonna pull one out of Dr. Barry's book. He always says where you let us know where y'all are watching at. Let us know where y'all watching at tonight. Where you located. Um,
All right.
Marvin Malley said, I want to lose 100 pounds. I want 100 pounds lost in 2024 by 2025. I mean, I don't know how much weight you have to lose, but for a lot of people, it can happen. I know I lost 100 pounds last year, so things can happen. Uh,
Yeah.
so, how are you doing tonight, Allison? Like I said, for those of y'all that have been coming into to the chat, if y'all don't know, me and her become really great friends, and it's not. I mean, it's one thing whenever I get to do live streams with certain different people and stuff, and the interviews and stuff. But it's really cool when it's somebody that you feel like you consider them a true friend. So I'm glad that you're on. How are you actually doing tonight?
I'm doing really well. I had a steak, I had ribeye for breakfast. So that started it off
Ooh.
right off. That was great. And then it's day 1023 of snow day. Snowpocalypse happened here. And it's been really cold. And we don't get much snow, much of any snow. And we got like 5 or 6 inches like Tuesday, Monday. I can't even, I don't know. All the days are the same. And it's been very, very cold. So we've all been kind of stuck in for days. And I'm not, is it Friday? I think it's Friday, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. So
Um,
but other than that, I'm doing good. I've got my steak and we've got meat and that's it.
Yeah, I pretty much ate steak today. Well, no, I take that back. I didn't eat breakfast, but I ate lunch. And when I ate lunch, I just went to Sonic and got hamburger patties and
Yeah.
added some little extra salt to them. So I had that for lunch. And then for supper, literally, I got home from work. I ran in there. My wife cooked me a T bone and had it ready. I scarfed it down as quick as I could, come in here and turn the camera on.
Yeah,
But
I was pulling it out of I was getting a chuck roast out of it was in the Dutch oven. You'll be proud. I did use the Dutch oven, seared it, and then I cooked it and it's about ready. But I was doing that like minutes before the technical difficulties started.
I've been wondering if it's been. I heard you mention the cold weather a while ago. I've been wondering if like it's just been cold all across the country because I
Yeah.
live in South Alabama and it's never cold hardly. And it's been really, really cold the last few days. Like I actually had to use my fireplace and I never use my fireplace. It probably gets used like once or twice a year
Yeah.
and I actually had to use it just to well, I didn't have to. I could have just let the heater run, but it was finally cold enough. It was like it got down to 16 degrees and it
Oh,
never
right.
ever gets that cold. So, I mean, for me, for somebody from South Alabama, like we were in shock. People
Yes.
weren't going to work. It didn't even snow, and people were not going to work, and they were scared that it was going to snow and be icy roads because we don't know how to drive in that in the South. We
Right.
don't know how to drive in snow.
Right. Yeah. I was raised in Indiana, which is Midwest, and got snow, completely 4 seasons. And then 7 years ago, we moved down here and we live outside Memphis. So when you think of Tennessee, it's not where you're thinking. It's way over, we're right over the border to Mississippi. So that's how far down we are. And it does not snow here very often, and it does not
Yeah,
get cold. And they were talking about the first year we were here, they were like, you know, people, we've got extreme weather coming, and it was going to be like 20 degrees. And I was like, we went to school, it was also the threat of snow and cold. But then the last few years, it has gotten cold and had winter storms, and we've had a little bit, but people down here don't know what to do because they didn't grow up doing it. So yeah,
yeah.
it's been different. And now I'm a Southerner, so I don't want any of that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know how to act in the cold weather and the
Right,
snow.
right.
Uh, Good to see Addicted to Antlers in the house. It's great to see 22Q Cat. She says, "Hey, Kip and everyone. If y'all have questions for me and Allison tonight, this is just a chill live stream. Ask any questions that you have, and we'll try our best to answer them. We're not doctors, but we'll do the best we can."
That's right.
Um, Oneness is in the house. I love it whenever you start a live stream and you have a bunch of regulars that you know.
Yeah,
Like I know Oneness, I know Cordelia, I know
yeah.
all these people. Karen said, "Hey Kip, going to be a good
Mhm,
interview." I know Karen. It's
yeah.
awesome whenever you have that community, and that's part of what keeps me accountable. Did you know that I was doing the BBB and E challenge for 90 days right now, Allison?
Yes, sir. How's it
Okay,
going?
so I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little tough at times,
Mhm.
but because I know that I have to make that video each week and discuss, how the week went, and I have to
Yeah.
step on the scale and all this other stuff, that's helping to keep me on track. Like, because I can't just be like, I know I'm gonna just go to Whataburger. If people even know what Whataburger is, like it's an amazing burger restaurant. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Mhm.
can't just do stuff like that because I know that the scale will tell the story, and plus the inflammation and stuff. So it helps to keep me on track for sure.
Yeah. That's great.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Karen's all the way in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Stephanie, good to have you. Tucson, Arizona. 22Q Cats in Indiana. I'm waiting to see those questions come in. I popped a question right now. Where did that question go? I'm not normally the host of our live stream, so I got to figure that
Well,
out.
I was gonna
Here's a
say,
question.
we're in
Here's a
trouble.
question that I had for everybody else that's in the chat. How did you find out about Carnivore? And I guess you could answer this question as well, Allison.
Okay.
As far as, like, do you remember the moment whenever you found out about Carnivore, or was it like just one day you realized, oh, I had been hearing about this for a while? How did it go, or was it the internet or a friend, or how was that?
So my situation was I found out about it. I was searching for it because I had had like an autoimmune flare or an allergic reaction to something I was eating because I was trying to lose weight because it was January, of course, like always. And I had done all this meal prep and I ate something that caused like an allergic response. Um, and it scared me enough to make me start Googling and YouTubing stuff. I need a detox diet, or, I need some type of an elimination diet. And I found the Lion Diet through Michaela Peterson. And I thought, well, I'll do this for 2 weeks just to flush out my body of these. And, um, which I didn't do strict Lion Diet, but I did do Carnivore because
Hmm.
once I found her story, it opened up the door to 100, many, many other videos. And that's how I found it after dealing with, a lot of health issues and um, trying to lose weight. I'd gained about 40 pounds, 50 pounds over the course of 12 years. It wasn't like all at once, but I gained and I could never lose it, and I could never lose it. And I tried everything, I did all the healthy things, and I could never do it. So thank God I found that video from Michaela Peterson.
Yeah, before I started carnivore, I had done keto in the past, and I had had success with keto. But I kept falling off the wagon with keto with all the different treats, and they make that real good pizza
Yep.
and all that stuff, and
Mhm.
the Rebel ice cream and Enchanted ice cream or something, Enlightened, I think it's called, all that
Mhm.
different stuff, and it made it to where I would eventually crave the real thing, and then I would fall off. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying I haven't fallen off any on my carnivore journey, but the more strict I am and the more I just eat meat, the
Yeah.
better I feel, the better results that I get, and just um, the the cravings get way. I don't know how to say it. The cravings almost go away.
Right.
Sometimes
Yeah.
they're there, but it's not nearly like they were whenever I was doing keto. But
Yeah.
that's in no way, shape, or form to tell anybody that's doing keto that they're doing the wrong thing. If that's what's working for you, keep doing it. Honestly, if keto would have kept working for me and I wouldn't have been falling off the path or whatever, then
Yeah.
I might would have just kept doing regular keto, but I needed to do something different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never did keto for some reason. I knew a couple of people in my family did it in 2018, but weren't, didn't end up. It's very difficult to sustain because it doesn't, for me, and for some of those people, it doesn't turn off the cravings all the way in the keto treats, whatever. But I did try in 2016, I tried Whole30, which is a
Mm.
Whole Foods, um, but I lasted a whole 11. I only,
Yeah. Yeah.
I just I couldn't do that at all. And so I don't, like I said, I think I got so scared of that reaction that I had. It just forced me to try to think, okay, I can do this elimination for, 2 weeks. It started out at 2 weeks, and then I was getting great results and I felt a lot better. And I thought, well, I'll do it another, 2 more weeks, 30 days. And by that time, I wasn't drinking wine anymore. I didn't even, this is the craziest thing. I didn't even think about drinking wine. And that had been in my nighttime routine for years. And
Mhm.
so I was like, I haven't even thought about wine. And I'm telling you, I thought about wine before that, So, um, and the cravings started to go away and that kind of thing. So I was able
Mhm.
to I thought I'll just do it another 30 days. And by the time I got to 90 days, I was like, man, I'm going to try this for, just keep going. And then finally kind of clicked that
Yeah.
this is it now.
Yeah. We've got 34 people in the chat right now, guys, and thank y'all for being here. And I want to know, did 34 people hit the like button? I got a little get a little plug in for that.
Sure.
Also, Steve's from Tennessee, so that's one of your neighbors because Allison's from Tennessee as well. Thank you for being here. Jeff is from Ohio. It's probably cold up there.
Yeah.
And then my weight loss life. Hey, he has a YouTube channel. Y'all go check.
Yeah.
I think he has it. Yeah, yeah, that's who that is. Y'all go check out his YouTube channel at some point. I like to watch some of his stuff. I'm always busy, but when I can, I try to watch a little bit of everybody's stuff.
Yeah. That's
Um,
Greg.
Marvin Malley. Oh, I think I already read that. Hold on. No, I lost to 175 pounds from 303 years ago. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So what's your husband up to tonight?
Well, he went out with my older daughter, and actually not him, not Dale, but to get Maisie something to eat because she was not wanting chuck roast and she wants a little
Huh,
more variety. So they did go out to get something for her. And my Dale goes stir crazy if he can't leave. So he's like, I can drive in this, and he left. He's like, I'll take you. So they went out, and but he's doing great, He's doing
yeah.
great. All the family, all both my daughters and Dale said to tell you hi.
Yeah, and well, you tell them that I said hello for sure.
I sure will.
You got an awesome family. I can't
Really.
wait to come up there to where y'all live and meet y'all, or y'all come down here and we
Yeah.
get to meet in person because we become good friends, and I'd love to meet y'all.
Yeah. Me too.
I see that Randy's here from Ground Beef Guy. Y'all go sub his channel as well. The reason we say that about these other carnivore channels or keto channels or whatever is like, look, we're all in this together, and we're trying to build up this community. And it's not, oh, who can do the best or whatever. It's, hey, let's all get this message out. So
Yeah.
support everybody if you can.
Yeah.
Kimberly Meyer says hi. Hi, Kimberly. I'm trying to go through and read some comments. I don't have any like notes or anything. I literally get home from work and just go and just talk and have fun with y'all.
Yeah.
Let's see. Good evening from Northwest Wisconsin. Louise, how cold is it in Wisconsin? I bet you it's probably like 20 something degrees at right now, probably up there, maybe even colder.
Lower. Yeah.
Let's see. Connie K. Oh, I've met her in person. She was
Oh.
at Carnivore Quest meetup last year in September. They had
Uh-huh.
a meetup at in South Carolina, and she was there. And the most sweetest thing, she which you've done this before too. So,
Mhm.
but she actually got Abigail a gift. My daughter, my
Oh,
little
yeah.
toddler, she got her like a little gift, and it was the sweetest thing. And then you got my daughter a Mickey Mouse thing, and she still plays with it all the time.
We love that. Oh, that was so much fun to do.
Yeah,
Well,
she plays with all. I sent you a video not long ago where
yeah,
she was pouring dirt on it and getting it dirty. She loves that thing.
that's amazing.
Let's see. Marvin Malley, it's your turn, you Kip, to stay with Carnivore and do it. I'm counting on to stick with Carnivore all year. Oh, I guess Marvin's counting on me, putting the pressure on me that I better stay strong, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna stay strong. Everybody's cheering me on and making sure that I'm staying in the right headspace.
yeah.
My headspace, I got in the wrong mindset at multiple times during the year last year, and
Mhm.
I just I don't know. I lost that fire mentally, and that's what I'm trying to do is get that back because I know the power of the proper human diet if I just stick with it.
Yeah. But it can be very difficult, and those ties to emotional eating can be very strong. Very strong.
Yeah, they were so strong I gained 60 pounds back, and I'm working on
You're working on it. You're working on
I'm working on that right now.
it. Yeah.
Cordelia says, I had Emily, I don't know how you say that, Harvo or Harvo from Steak and Butter Gang on a podcast. I knew there, I knew there, and then it would help me. Oh,
Oh,
I knew then and there it would help me get off sugar. So far, so good. That's awesome. I've even thought about doing the steak and butter gal thing at some point. I just
mhm.
really, I don't want to spend the money on it right now, but it's something that I've thought about doing, but we'll see, maybe eventually. But it would be also cool if I could just do this just with my YouTube viewers and all that with no like paid plan or anything and just do it. I kind of think that's cool as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Uh, Durango, Colorado. Good to have you in here, Elizabeth. Christine Cooper, good day, Kip. You're looking good. Hot here in Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. Wow. What
Wow.
time is it in New Zealand, I wonder?
Right. And it's in this that since New Zealand's in the southern hemisphere, it's summer there.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
I know. I didn't even know that. Okay, so look, I dropped out of school in the 8th grade and I used to be buck wild back in the day. So I didn't even know that whenever it's summer here, it'd
Yeah.
be winter overseas. I didn't know
It's
that.
such a crazy thing to think. I know. It's so cool. Mm.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know that. Let's see here. This might be a question. Yeah, question. Dan Hazaleaf Jr. And I'm not the best at saying names, so I apologize, brother. But anyway, Dan says, "Do you sometimes wish you were back in the Matrix and not exposed of this way information? It's hard when everyone is just gonna eat whatever, but I like following the path less traveled. Do you want to answer this question? You can go
Sure.
ahead.
Yeah, I'm glad to be out of the matrix. It is hard when you see all of these people that just have no idea of what they're eating is affecting them. Now, I know that sounds crazy that there's such a disconnect, but it was certainly a disconnect for me. I never ever thought until last year did I think what I was eating was the problem. And I mean, maybe obviously for, like being overweight, I knew that was a problem, but I was doing what I was supposed to do, but not my health issues. Like I could have reversed some of my serious autoimmune illnesses, reversed or at least greatly improved before having to have surgery, going deaf in 1 year and, having my thyroid destroyed, that kind of thing. And so I think it's really important to just keep telling people, try carnivore, try low carb, it doesn't have to be carnivore, depending on what your goals are. Try eliminating processed food, highly processed food, and sugar. Just try changing what you're eating. It seems so obvious to us now, but yeah, so it's so important to keep telling people the information.
Absolutely. And Dan, that's a great question. And I would say for me, um, after starting my channel, I've realized that there's a lot of my viewers are, let's just say, they have a couple more gray hairs than I do. And and one thing that I've learned from a lot of my viewers is that they all say, I wish I would have known this sooner. I wish I would have knew about carnivore sooner. I wish I would have found out before I was 60 or before I was 70 years old or 75 years old. And I'm thinking, what an opportunity that I have, because I'm only 30 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, I was right at 500 pounds, but I'm only 30 years old. And I'm thankful that I have this opportunity and I can make a change before it's too late. So I would be crazy to say that I wish I could just forget all about this and unlearn everything that I've learned, because honestly, once you know this, you can't unknow it.
Right.
Once you experience it, once once I realized how well my body ran on fat as my fuel source,
Mm-hmm.
it's like when your eyes are open to that and how good you feel. And when my shoulder quit hurting,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I was on cloud nine,
Yeah.
because it's like finally, because doctors would tell me, oh, this might work, this might work. None of that stuff worked. But whenever I quit eating carbs, sugar, and processed stuff,
Yeah.
the shoulder pain went away in like a week or two.
Yeah.
And so there's no way that I would want to give that up. And just, even if it is hard at times,
Yeah.
we're blessed to have this knowledge and have this opportunity. So I definitely don't want to give it up.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. Oh, I lost where I was. Oh, Louise said it's -7 degrees where she's at. Didn't she say she was in Wisconsin? I can't remember where she
Yes.
said.
Yes.
Yes, 7 degrees or -7 degrees.
And that's not even feels like. I wonder what the feels like is.
Woo!
Yeah.
Man, I would die. I'd be dead.
Um,
Nancy Jackson says it's below zero here in Minnesota right now. Winds howling.
mm,
Lost 107 on keto 7 years ago. I've kept it off, staying keto, now carnivore. Love how simple carnivore is.
that's fantastic.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I can't believe how awesome just cutting out sugar and cutting out
Yeah.
carbs really is. I mean, it's like, it's kind of like a miracle. Like
Yeah.
when you do it, it's just like the changes that start happening in your body. And I like the simplicity of it as well too. When I go grocery shopping now, it's super easy. Like my wife
Yeah.
went grocery shopping for me today, and I told her, I said, give me some plain sparkling water. And she got that, and I said, will you get me some steaks, and will you get me some Kerrygold butter? So she
Yep.
got me Kerrygold butter, a bunch of T-bones that were on sale, because we try to find what's on sale. She
Yeah.
got me, they were like $7.99 a pound for choice T-bones. And
Uh-huh.
so we got a bunch of those, and pretty much that's it. It's so simple
Yeah.
because if you go down the aisles, I mean, they have 50 million things to choose from, and you can never find what you want. But
Yeah.
man, eating this way is like straight to the point.
Yeah. It's so much faster and more efficient. And I think, you can, there's plenty of ways to do it and, budget it and that kind of thing. There are lots of ways to do that. I don't eat steak every day. It's just a good day when I get to eat steak.
Yeah. I try to eat steak every day now. I made a goal that last year I want try to save up a little bit to where I could increase my spending budget just a little bit on our groceries.
Uh-huh.
And so far I've been able to, pretty much eat at least one steak every day. And then but I'm not paying full price. I'm paying like
Right.
$6 a pound or $7 a pound. I'm not buying like $20 steaks or anything like
Yeah.
that. But so far, I've been able to get one steak in, and some days I'm getting two steaks in, and I've just been blessed to be able to do that this year. And I think the results are going to be worth the investment. Like
Yeah.
investing in your health like that is worth it. And honestly, it's not as expensive as what people think because man, I used to go spend money on Dr. Pepper
Yeah.
and chips at the store. I was in Walmart the other day and I looked at a little bag of chips up at the front register and it was like $2.50. And
Yeah.
I was like, or maybe $3. It was $2.50 or $3 for a little bag of chips. And I remember when those used to be like $1.
Right.
And and,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, and people fuss about the price of meat, and I know meat's not the cheapest thing, but it's
Yeah.
not really as expensive, and you save money in so many other areas. Like
Right.
I would go eat my food, and then I would go get a large milkshake from Sonic,
Yeah.
and then eat that too after I eat my food. And now I'm not doing any of that stuff. I just eat the meat, and I'm good.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You don't eat as much because when you do eat, it's so dense, nutritious. You don't want
Hmm.
to eat more because, I mean, and then what about buying all the salads and the good stuff and then throwing it away in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
The vegetables and stuff. Oh, I just bought that. And 2 weeks later, you're going to throw it away. That kind of thing. We don't have anywhere near any food waste anymore.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
a good point too, because even my wife, which people know that she's not carnivore, but all the time I'll look in the refrigerator and I'll be like, I think these carrots are old, or I think this is old, and she'd be like, Yeah, I was gonna cook those, but I forgot, and I'm just like, okay, I guess we're gonna have to throw them away now. But
yeah.
like, I never do that with my steaks, or I never
Right.
do that with my hamburger meat. I'll thaw it out that day that I'm gonna cook it and eat
Yeah.
it right then. So, I mean, it is definitely way less wasteful.
Yeah.
And I smoke a lot of meat too, and like you're
Right.
not gonna waste brisket.
That's right. That is a no. That would be
Yeah.
a no.
Uh, so let's see. Christine Cooper said it's 1:19 p.m. Saturday where she's at. Didn't she? Where'd she say she was? I can't remember where she said she was at, but I know that she's pretty much like a day ahead of us.
Oh, she's in New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
Mike said, "What are you smoking this weekend, Kip?" I honestly, this weekend we have family coming into town. They'll be here at like 11 o'clock tonight. So tomorrow we're just gonna spend the day with them and spend the day with them Sunday. But at Sunday, I need to do some meal prepping for work next week. I haven't decided yet. I have some picanha in the freezer. I have some beef dino ribs and a few other things. Of course, I can always meal prep some steaks. So it'll be something like that that I'll meal prep for next week in the smoker. Louise says -7 and we're wearing lots of layers. And yes, the fireplace is roaring too.
Yep. Have to be.
How cold is it up there where you're at right now?
Um, right now it is about it's under 30. I'd say it's probably maybe 28. Oh, well, I could look. But it's supposed to get really cold tonight and tomorrow night.
It's
like down into
42.
single
It's
digits.
42 degrees here.
Oh, that's pretty.
So
I mean, that's nothing, but it's 21 degrees here.
yeah,
20.
but 41, 42 degrees is cold for South Alabama.
Yeah. Yeah. I do
Because
think a
normally we
cold
used to
front
like
would
90,
come
100-degree days.
through. Yeah. I do think a cold front is going through in the snow, like through
People are
the whole country.
people are telling you hi, Allison.
Hi, Kirby.
And
I
then
tried
of
to.
that, wait a
I
minute. You said hi, Kirby.
Yeah, I tried to say so to a few of them. I'm trying.
um, I see Rachel Guards in here. She has a YouTube channel too. I haven't seen recently if she's posted any videos or updates. Have you ever seen her channel before?
Yeah, and it's interesting that you ask. Rachel and I are friends. We are
Really?
friends because of Carnivore. We met on in the private or the proper human diet community, and so she is in my area. She lives in a different part of Memphis, but she's really close to me, and so we have a group chat, and we talk every day with
Oh,
Rachel
really?
Guard.
So,
Rachel
see,
Guard is
I'm not in
Rachel.
any of the groups. I feel left out. I need to get in a group, don't I?
You gotta get in a group.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would
even
probably help me.
Rachel is a massage therapist, and I've even gotten a massage from her.
What?
Yes, yes,
That is cool. So
it is
y'all have like actually hung out.
yes, yeah. We need to hang out
Wow.
again. I know. Yeah. So she's doing great. She's doing
Ha-
fantastic.
Have y'all been out to eat together or anything like that?
No, not yet, because we live about. I live out in the suburbs. Like I live out in the country, and she lives probably about 30 minutes from us. So we'd have to plan it a little more, but I'd love to do that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
did you just say you live in the suburbs and call it the country?
Well, yeah, we're on the edge of. We're right between both. We're in a really small town, but it's on the edge of outside
Yeah.
the city. So
Yeah, you need to come you need to come down here where I live and we'll show you what the country is.
I know I've seen the footage. It's hilarious. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
we have in my town we have one red light.
Oh yeah.
We do. We feel like we're uppity now because we have Walmart.
Oh yes, right. Yeah.
And we have a couple fast food restaurants now, and so we're big time, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Karen said, I first learned about keto in 2012 with Craig at Ruled Me. I've heard of Ruled Me before. Not much out there on keto at that time. Kept a few principles and came back to it in 2020. Well, I'm glad you're sticking with it now, Karen. I think she comments on just about every video I make. She's awesome.
She is.
Nancy Jackson, I have a lot more grays, but not upset. I came late to the party. It's working now and can't go back. Hey, I mean, it's probably, even though you started a little later, it's probably still adding time onto your life. So just be thankful that you found it when you did.
Yeah.
Now I need to convince my husband. That's tricky, Kel.
Yeah.
That's tricky. I've tried convincing and all the other stuff, but that is tricky. You just got to live it and be the example. Be the
Yeah.
example that it works. And people at work, they even notice. They're like, man, like that actually does work. Now they could tell whenever I wasn't doing good over the holidays,
Uh-huh.
but when I get back on track, it doesn't take them long to notice. Like, you're doing pretty good right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
And they just can. I'm a different person. I become a different person when I'm on track.
Yeah. The example part of it is a big piece of it, because you can tell somebody until you're blue in the face, but I think a person has to come to it, if they're hit a low point or something has to shift and they're like, oh, maybe I could just try it and see. Because I have a few close people that have tried it, because, January being the first month of the year, and then of course World Carnivore Month, they're trying it and they're liking it and seeing some results. And so that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm about to pull up a very serious comment that everybody needs to read and listen to this one.
Okay.
Cordelia said that everybody needs to hit the like button to get this video out there to more people.
Yes, please. Oh gosh, that is one thing I really like about you, Kip. You're so funny, especially on these
I
lives.
just like to have fun. Like
Yeah,
I am. People talk about me being like that in my videos, and they're like, "How'd you come up with that?" I'm like, "I didn't. It just happened."
right. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good. That's a
I'm
good
I'm
secret.
crazy. I'll admit it. I'm crazy.
That's funny.
Let's see here. Christine Cooper said, since Carnivore, it seems every other time I go to get my prescription from the pharmacy, I get to tell them, you can have these pills back. I don't need them.
Yeah.
That's very empowering, isn't it, Christine, to be able to say, hey, I'm coming off of this pill and I'm coming off of that pill and I don't need that one anymore. Um, I don't know, Allison. I don't know if we've ever talked about it. Were you on a lot of medication before or anything?
I have been over the course of my life. So when I was 23, and now I'm that 25 years ago, I had a diagnosis of an autoimmune illness, and I went on a medication. And it's actually a blood pressure pill. It's to keep your inflammation down. Anyway, so I was on that for a long time. Um, and then a couple times in my life I was on antidepressant. And then there was something else. Oh, and then I have to take a synthroid, a thyroid replacement, and I have to take it the rest of my life because my thyroid doesn't work at all. It's dead. And so I had, by the time I started Carnivore, I was no longer taking antidepressants and hadn't been for a long time. And I wasn't taking the water pill either because my ear, I had a surgery. So, but I was still taking my Synthroid, of course, and I was taking 2 allergy pills a day, like one in the morning and one in the evening. And then I'd started taking an over-the-counter heartburn relief for I'd been taking it for months and months, like Pepcid. And you're not supposed to take that for months and months and months. But my
Yeah.
doctor, but I was waking up in the night kind of, and it wasn't sleep apnea because I thought it was probably that, but it wasn't sleep apnea. I wake up having to clear my throat and it was acid reflux or something like that, GERD or whatever. And so I stopped taking those pills really pretty quickly, like within weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks of starting Carnivore last year. And I don't ever have to take over the counter Pepcid or acid reflux stuff. But yeah, so that's great. It's
That's
much
awesome.
cheaper too. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm technically supposed to still be taking is lisinopril, which is like a blood pressure medicine, but I
Yeah.
ran out like 2 weeks ago and oops, I didn't go get it refilled.
Yeah.
I mean, I need to check my blood pressure, but I know I feel fine, but I haven't taken it in about a week and a half and
Yeah.
I haven't fell over dead, so
Right.
we'll just I just need to check it at some point just to make sure, but I haven't taken it in probably a week and a half or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Um, Craig Jones said, thanks for the info. 25 years on keto. I failed so many times. Carnivore keeps me solid for 2 years now.
Wow.
Wow. I didn't even know that many people knew about keto 25 years ago. That's crazy. Like,
Yeah. Um, I remember when I started learning about carnivore and keto last year. I
I was 5
remember,
then.
yeah, I know you were. I was 23 then, but I remember being a teenager in my late teens, early 20s. So it was in the 90s, the year you were born, probably. But my mom trying something, and there was all this talk about ketosis and stuff, and it was Atkins. That was, Atkins diet, which is, I don't know, something with low carb for sure.
I still see Atkins commercials on TV.
Oh yeah.
I'll just be watching something and an Atkins
Mhm.
commercial will come up.
Yeah, it's for the Atkins treats or something.
Yeah, but I'm like, dude, if you make
Yeah.
something that looks that good and it looks like the real thing and tastes like the real thing, it's probably, I don't know.
Yeah,
That sounds fishy to me.
that's right. It's a big
Yeah.
business. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, people do some crazy things, but I
Yeah.
don't know. It just sounds a little fishy to me.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see here. Marvin said, "I wish I had known about carnivore 6 years ago. Maybe could have avoided stage 3 and stage 1 and chemo and
Yeah.
3 years cancer free as of yesterday. 71 years
Wow.
young."
Yay.
Wow.
That's great.
Awesome on on winning that battle. That's awesome, Marvin. And that's another example of people saying that I wish I would have known about it. I wish I would have known about it sooner. That's why I don't want to take it for granted the knowledge that I have. And even you're still young, Allison. Take advantage of it now because I mean you could have been 75 and finding
Yeah.
out about this and you found about it in time to make a real change.
Yeah. And to teach my kids, you know,
Absolutely. Which
I,
your daughters, how old are they again? They're one of them's a teenager, right?
they're both teenagers, really. 17 and 14.
Woo.
I know. And you go blink, it's gonna be you. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It'll be me in no time.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not ready for that.
No, I know. I'm not either.
Yep,
No,
yep,
it's
that's
wild to
crazy.
think that they're their ages, but yeah.
Yep, I told my wife, my daughter, she's not dating for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
tough.
Primal Mike's in the house.
All right.
Like he's like my boot camp guy. Anytime I get off track or I'm not doing good,
Hmm.
he'll tell me how it is. He'll
Yeah.
chew me out. I'm like, man, do you even like me? Because that sounds like you don't like me. But I
That's
know he does, and I know it comes from a good place. And
yeah.
he's very knowledgeable, very
Yeah.
knowledgeable. Um, Christine said, "I wish I knew 50 years ago."
Yeah.
So many people, but thankfully we know now.
Yeah.
Because think of all the people, think of all the people, Allison, that they don't know and
Mhm.
that they might die without knowing.
Yeah.
So how blessed are we that we found out? Like we're truly blessed that we found out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was having some trouble and I had to work through, being so frustrated with, well, why doesn't anybody talk about this, and changing your diet, try that. Why can't that be the first line? And I thought, well, I can't do anything about that. I can't change anything about that. So now, keep talking about it and teaching people and showing people like my kids, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's hard though.
Let's see. Sam Crosby said here in South Dakota, we're headed to -18 tonight. See, I'm staying in the South. I'm staying my little butt in Alabama.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Rachel Guard said near me.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Two
Well,
Grateful Keto. She has a channel too, right? I
I'm
think
not
she might have a channel. I'm
yeah.
not sure.
I'm not sure.
-2 degrees where I live. It may be cold now, but Kip, I wouldn't want that your summer heat. But see, I'm used to the summer heat.
Yeah.
Like I love it. And you can go to the creek and you can go swimming, you can go fishing, you can go do all kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
like I mean, I mean, well, when it at this time of year, you can't hardly go swimming because it's too cold for us because we're not used to the cold. So if it's a
Mhm.
little bit cold, like we freak out. We feel like we're going to get hypothermia. But I see people up north in like Alaska, they'll be swimming in like the weather will be like it is right now up
Yeah.
there, and they'll be swimming like it's summertime.
Yeah. I
It's
think it's just what
crazy.
you get used to and you grow up with.
Yeah, me, I'm not scared of a hot day. But if it gets real cold, I'm like, uh-oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Oh,
Oh,
Cameron
that's so
Hamlin,
great.
thank you for joining us. I've been carnivore for a few months and I've lost 28 pounds, but I've recently stalled on weight loss. So I have tried some longer fasting and 48 hours, and I really felt the super duper cravings come on after 24 hours.
Yeah.
Uh, Maybe fasting wasn't the right thing to do at the time. Like I'm not against fasting at all. Like some people do different fasts and stuff like that. But sometimes when you hit a stall, you just have to be patient.
Yeah.
Like and not get, so stressed out. Oh my gosh, I'm not losing any weight. I'm not losing any weight. There's people that'll be in stall for a month, 2 months, three
Yeah.
months, and then suddenly the pounds start flying off and the inches, and sometimes it's inches that you're losing, but you're gaining muscle and all that stuff at the same time. So make sure that you're measuring if you're not doing that, because you could still be getting progress and not realizing it if you're basing everything off the scale.
Yeah.
What do you think,
I think
Allison?
you're right. Cameron's my friend. She's
Oh,
we haven't met her in person, but she's on the other side of Tennessee. I think over in around Knoxville. But on Instagram, we're good friends. And so um yeah, I have heard, everything that you just said, Kip, but I do know that a lot of times for women also, um, you got to make sure you're eating enough, because when you eat like, one or two or three times a day, I eat three times a day because I got to space it out and I got to get enough. And I can't, well, I can eat now, but I couldn't, when I first started out for months, I could not eat one meal a day because I would get so full and satisfied that I wasn't getting enough calories. I really wasn't getting like, it might be 1,000 calories, but I couldn't, I need more than that. So, I had to space it out into 2 or 3 meals. And now it's about 2 or 3 meals a day. And like I said, I can eat more now, but under eating can be a real problem, especially for women, I think. I don't know if
us
that's
men folk, we like to eat.
yeah, it's just different, We're used to restricting more, like, oh, I can't eat all that. So that can be an issue. But again, you gotta check your inches and what other non-scale victories, are your clothes
Yeah.
fitting better, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's like whenever me and my wife, we went on our first date and we
Mhm.
went to this restaurant and I'm sitting there, I'm throwing down on this
Yeah,
food
yeah,
and she's over there eating a salad or whatever.
uh,
I'm like, girl, you better eat that food.
yeah.
And
It
women are just, I don't know, y'all different.
yeah, we're different. We're different,
Yeah,
but
but a lot of it's what y'all are taught over the years and stuff like that. But like, hey, you gotta eat. You might as
yeah.
well eat.
Yeah, I'm fixing to try to change all that with my kids and
Yeah.
say, you got to eat. Here's what you got to eat though. And then start eating it.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep, if they can't sit there with you whenever you eating your ribs and all that
yeah,
stuff and eating your steak and all that, then you don't need them. Find you somebody else.
right.
Yeah. Christine said she just did a 36-hour.
Wow.
That's awesome, Christine. That's awesome. I haven't done any of those. I've been doing just 2 meals a day recently,
Mhm.
and since I've been doing BBB&E for the 90-day challenge, there've been like probably 3 or 4 days where I've just ate 1 meal a day,
Yeah.
and today could have been one of those days. I didn't eat till like 1 p.m. and I was like, I'm not even that hungry,
Mhm.
but like I guess I could eat a couple hamburger patties. So I ate the hamburger patties, the small ones,
Uh-huh.
but I really didn't have to. I could have just waited and ate supper. It was more of like habit
Yeah.
than I really needed to eat those hamburger patties. So
Yeah.
you never know. I might eventually transition to 1 meal a day. But now if I do eat 1 meal a day, oh,
Mhm.
I can throw down in 1 meal. Like, it's not like me not getting enough food. Like, I have a big tank.
Right. Right. Yeah. Well, I've got a big tank now, but not as,
Yeah,
I didn't in the beginning. I didn't in the beginning. It took a while. I just could not eat a lot. And now I can eat a lot. And I'm glad.
yeah. Cameron said, "I can do 16 hours, no problem. It's just making it to OMAD that my cravings really come into play."
Mm,
Um, I could never do, I could never do OMAD as much whenever I was just doing regular carnivore and allowing cheese and stuff like that, and the processed hot dogs and stuff like that. I feel like if I'm eating a processed hot dog,
yeah.
like it doesn't stick with me.
Yeah.
But if I'm eating a ribeye,
Yeah.
it sticks with me. So
Yeah.
like especially if I'm only doing 1 meal a day, then I'm eating 2 ribeyes at once, big ribeyes. And
Yeah.
whenever I eat those, like I don't know, I don't want to think about food for a long time. So it
Yeah.
gets easier when you're eating stuff like that. But if you're eating like cheese and like
Mhm.
pepperonis or cheese and hot dogs and you know sausage and just stuff like that, like it does make it harder, I feel like, to go longer periods of time without food.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't do any extended fasting anymore. It just didn't work for me anymore. I do always intermittent fast, just as naturally. Uh, so, but I've been eating in the morning at breakfast. I like to eat some eggs at breakfast. So I eat about 5, 6 eggs. And like when I started eating this way, I could eat maybe 3 eggs at a time, but now I can eat 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then I'll eat midday, so I'll have lunch, and then my third meal. If I have a third meal, it will be. I try to eat it before the sun sets. Um,
Yeah.
but that can be hard, being on Central Time. It's 5 o'clock and the sun's down. It's like, oh, I didn't
Yeah.
make it, but that kind of thing. I don't like to eat, late anymore.
Yeah. I don't prefer it, but sometimes when we have our live streams on the weekends and
Yeah,
stuff with, the guys, I end up not eating until like 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night just because I had to get home from work, jump straight into the stream, and we
yeah,
just, you know what I mean? It just works out that way.
yeah.
But I was gonna say this Craig Jones, he sounds like my kind of dude.
Uh
Like,
huh.
cause he sounds like he's from Alabama where I live at.
Yeah.
'Cause he says bone-in ribeyes with deer sausage and wild hog sausage and a little pork along with local fish is amazing. At 52, and I feel like I'm 30 again. Look, hey, whenever I was growing up, we did a lot of wild hog hunting too.
Mm.
And so I know about that wild hog sausage and all that stuff. You can probably tell that I'm from the South, but 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 yeah, he sounds like the kind of guy I would want to hang out with for sure.
Yeah.
And those are all great options of eating clean foods on your carnivore journey. And see, since I'm doing BBB&E, I've told everybody that I'm also allowing seafood because he talked about local fish.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
allowing seafood just because I know it's called BBB&E, but to me, even Dr. Barry has said it before
Yeah.
that he wishes he would have put S at the end for seafood
Yeah.
because there you cannot tell me that seafood isn't part of the proper human diet
Right.
because that's what people ate. Yes, they hunted and they got food off the land, but
Yeah.
they also fished and got food out of the water. So to
Absolutely.
me, seafood should have been in there from the get-go. So I've been allowing it.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
know you're not a big seafood person, right?
I'm not, and I have a little bit of sensitivity to some, but I mean, I'm not allergic or anything, but yeah, I have been trying to incorporate more. Growing up, I always had, tuna. That I don't know if that doesn't really count. I don't know. But tuna, and then I am gonna try, and I do like salmon. My sister-in-law made me some salmon at Christmas, or yeah, it was at Christmas, and I like that. Salmon. There was something else. I'm not gonna do the sardines. Listen, I've never had sardines. I know people love them, but I'm not gonna try them right now. Maybe someday I'll try some. But
They have boneless or something like that ones too
yeah,
now, I think. But like, if you're gonna try them, you need to try the real thing, bone in, the whole thing.
yeah, yeah.
If,
I'm
if you
I'm
if you're gonna try it,
been thinking about it, but I don't do a lot of seafood, but
yeah.
just occasionally. And shrimp. I like shrimp.
Stone Mountain Adventures. I don't know if y'all know about his channel, but y'all can check him out as well. He's restarted his carnivore journey. And one thing that I feel like he's become a buddy of mine because he's into barbecue like I am. And you can tell he's passionate about barbecue and he knows a lot about it. So that's one thing that like made me click with him immediately when I first started watching his channel. Because there's a lot of people in the carnivore space and there's a lot of people that talk about cooking in their air fryers and their Instapots and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
me, I like to fire up a smoker.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, yeah, I like this guy whenever he was out there smoking his meat and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I'm one of the air fryer people, but Kip,
I know.
I know, I know. But my brother, he's been doing some stuff with carnivore, and he's great at smoking. And he's been, when I go home back up there to Indiana to visit for holidays, he does it up for us, and it's fantastic.
You enjoy it, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, you can't get that in your Instapot.
that's
Yeah.
for sure. That is for sure.
Yeah. KC says, yes, Atkins published his book in 1972, but really took off in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yep. I was a little bitty baby in the 90s.
Yep.
Let's see. Awesome Marvin. Craig Jones didn't know it was keto 25. Oh, so when Craig started 25 years ago, it didn't even have the name keto. I
Oh,
wonder when the
right.
name keto came out. I mean, I guess it came from ketones in your body, but I don't know
Yeah.
exactly when the name keto actually came out.
I don't know because
Mhm.
they always refer to it as ketogenic. So I guess it's just short for keto. And that, they realized in the 20s that ketogenic diet was helpful for neurological problems, specifically epilepsy in children. And so I think they just must have shortened it to keto for ketogenic. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, that makes sense. Rachel Gard said, "We're gonna have to plan a meetup this spring or summer for all of us here in the southern states." Alice and I talked about this since we're in Memphis.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny that she says that because I've been talking to my wife recently. I'm not announcing anything right here on the live stream, but we're thinking about doing our first meetup. People been asking me to do a meetup ever since I started my channel because I
Uh-huh.
like to cook barbecue.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, you need to do a carnivore meetup because you cook barbecue all the time and all this other stuff. I just haven't been able to plan it. But me and my wife, we've really been talking about it the past 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So y'all be on the lookout because whenever I decide to do one, you're all invited for sure.
No, I can't wait. Okay. I'm going to hold you to it. In the summer, I think it was in June. When did we? Yeah. My family and I, my extended family, vacation down in Orange Beach. And, it's only like 7 hours from my house to Orange Beach. That's close. Growing up in a state that's completely landlocked, 7 hours to the beach is nothing, like let's go.
Yeah, and
So
that's like an Orange Beach is like an hour and 15 minutes for me.
yeah, so that'd be even closer. So yeah, let's have a meetup.
Yeah, so if you come to the meetup, you can just stay a little longer and go to the beach too.
Yeah, sounds good.
Absolutely. Like I'm excited to do it. I know it's gonna happen. I can't give a date yet, but I
Right.
do have some dates that we're thinking about.
That's exciting. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Um, Darth Carnivore. I knew about keto several years ago. What seems different about carnivore is the sacrilege around vegetables. Hey, however you say that. Is that do you
Yeah.
say did I say that right?
Yeah, sacrilege. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean some carnivores are like if you ever touch a vegetable ever, like you're no longer part of the carnivore community.
Right.
Me, I'm like I don't do it. I don't eat the veggies
Right.
anymore, which I don't crave vegetables. Like
Yeah.
if I absolutely was like craving like a piece of avocado and
Yeah.
I had it and it didn't hurt me, I'd probably be fine. But like I don't why would I want an avocado over a ribeye? Me, I
Right.
just I crave the meat more. Now I will say there have been a few times where I've had mushrooms. Like I
Hmm.
grilled up some mushrooms and I ate those and I loved them. And I mean, some people say it's even kind of like having a meat. It's kind of close to it
Yeah.
technically. But I still consider it more like a veggie. But I'm not one of those people that's like beating everybody over the head. Like you got to find what works for you.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And
Ellie's in the house. She said, hey Kip and Allison.
hi,
And I'm
Ellie.
actually doing a live stream with her next week. So y'all
Oh,
tune
good.
into that next week. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, I like Ellie.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Karen says, and we'll wrap this up in just a minute. I'll just try to hit a couple more of these and then we'll get out of here and get out of y'all's hair. I like the heat. Promo Mike said fasting is not for the weight loss. It's a metabolic tool for healing some lingering health issues. See, I told y'all, Mike, he's on it, boy.
She's gonna tell
If
us.
you want to know, you ask Mike.
Mm.
There's an aide. There's a person named Aide that watches my channel
Yeah.
all the time, and Aide always. I'm like, Aide, are you like an encyclopedia? Like, like I think and like Aid has a carnivore book that we don't know about,
Oh, okay.
and just
Mhm.
starts spitting out stuff that's like, I'm like, that makes total sense. You know, I
Yeah.
didn't think about it that way, but Aid's always teaching me something.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Stone Mountain says, when we're gonna throw down on some barbecue together, Kip, show all these meat eaters how to do it right.
Um,
We need to do that, but we might hurt their feelings because they cook them with their microwaves and their Instapots.
Air fryers.
Their air fryers and yeah, all that stuff. I actually have an air fryer and I've probably used it maybe 5 times, but I just it does. I will say, like, I've put chicken wings in there before and they were
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah,
They were pretty good, but they still better on the smoker
yeah,
though.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. I like watching those videos because it's like it's not something that I can do right now. And so I
Yeah.
love watching those videos and watching you guys do it. It's so great.
Yeah, I want to do more barbecue videos,
Yeah,
and it's and like I have my passion's barbecue,
yeah,
so I want to do more barbecue videos, and I'm trying to find out how to work them in there, even if I just do like one a month or one every 2 weeks or something. But
uh-huh,
what's crazy is that's not what people click on to watch. Like
yeah,
people ask me, "Hey, will you do it? Will you do it? Will you do it?" And I'll do it, and that video will get like a third or half of the views of my other videos. And I'm
yeah.
like, and it takes more time. It
Oh
takes
yeah,
more time to film a barbecue video because I mean I'm cooking a brisket for 10 hours or cooking
right.
a pork butt for 8 or 9 hours and I love doing it and I get to eat the meat, so I'm not complaining. But then if I get half the views or a third of the views, I'm like,
Mhm.
maybe my audience is just not into it. But
Yeah,
hopefully more people will keep coming around. I think they just hadn't figured out yet that I can seriously barbecue.
that's
Like like there's people I'm not super confident in a lots of things, but that's
uh-huh.
one thing that I'm confident in. I know that I can barbecue.
Yes.
And and my wife, she's always noticed that I've never been like this super, you know, oh, I can do this, I can do that. I've never been like that. But when it
Uh,
comes to barbecue, like because I've seen enough people to sit down and try it and take a bite, and I've seen their reaction. So I'm like, I think I
yeah.
got that figured out.
Yes. I'm positive you do. It's uh,
Yeah. Let's see. Promo Mike, if adding seafood to your BB in your shirt will make you adhere to the diet for 90 days, I won't criticize. You are doing well so far. Proud. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. It makes me happy when he's proud of me.
yes, yes. That's
Makes me
wonderful.
happy. All right, the last couple right here. Nourishment Redacted said, or Ellie said, people want food. LOL. I don't blame them though. Kip makes some good looking food. Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. People,
Yeah.
what's she saying? People want food. I don't blame them though. I'm not sure what she means, but I mean, I do some cooking now.
That's
Let's
right.
see. And then Craig Jones says, getting hungry for some air fried chicken wings. Watching y'all.
Yeah.
Air fried chicken wings are pretty good. I've had them or whatever, and I like them. I like the crispiness that you get by having the temp up high in the air fryer.
Yeah.
It puts a good little crust on them. I enjoy them, but I'm not going out of my way to cook them out like that all the time. It's normally like one of those situations where um I didn't have time to fire up the smoker, and it was last minute. I already had them thawed out, and I needed to hurry up and eat before I got to put Abigail down for bed. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fine, I'll use the air fryer.
Yeah.
But if I got time, it ain't gonna be like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, it was good to have you on here with me tonight, and we'll have to do this. We don't need to wait so long to do this again because I
Okay.
can see you've came out of your shell and you're doing like a few live streams now and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
knew when I first watched one of your videos that if you just stuck with it, it would work out in the end. So I'm proud of you, and
Thank you.
I want you to come back on and do more live streams with me.
Okay, for sure I will. You got to be the host, but I can do it. Those technical
No,
difficulties.
you can host next time. Like, I'm not a good host. I never host. So
I know. Yeah.
I'm just here having a good time.
Yeah.
I see people are saying, "Have a great night." Thank you both. Great people. Appreciate it, Mike.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
Thanks. Have a great weekend. Yeah, everybody have a great weekend, and we will see y'all next time. And I'm
Mm,
not sure if I'm gonna be on later tonight. I might be with the guys, but we might have to postpone for a week or two. we've all been pretty busy. But anyway, good to talk to you tonight, Allison, and take care,
Good.
everybody.
All right, thank you.
All right.